why I chose to do a degree apprenticeship. In this video, I'm going to go through the 5 main reasons I chose to do a degree apprenticeship instead of going to university, exactly what it says on the tin. Just before we do that, let me introduce myself. My name's Owen. I'm a degree apprentice and I'm an octuple offer holder. Yeah, I wanted to make myself sound fancy here. I got 8 offers, and octuple is like the word instead of double or triple, it's octuple. And I help people get degree apprenticeships in the engineering, technology, and finance industries. And as I said, I got 8 offers myself in the engineering and technology industries. So without any further ado, let's get into why I chose to do a degree apprenticeship. Okay, so the first reason is I did not want to get into huge amounts of debt. Okay, so when you go to university, the conventional route, the traditional route, go to university, you're going to get into huge amounts of debt because you have to take out your student loan, maintenance loan, whatever it is. You basically end up getting into about £45,000 of debt. Okay, that's the average. You can see these statistics here: 45,000, 45,000, 45,000. That's the average debt you're going to get into, and it's something that you're going to have to end up paying back. You might not pay back all of it, but you're going to end up having to pay some of that back, if not all of it, throughout your life. And how does that work? It basically works like a 9% tax. Okay, that's how this student loan system works. It basically means all your earnings over £25,000 for the next 40 years, you're going to have to pay as a 9% tax. Okay, there's that saying, like, there's only 2 things which are certain in life: death and taxes, right? These are the tax bands you're going to have already. And then on top of that, you're going to have like an extra 9% tax, which you're going to have to do if you have a student loan and you're in that debt. I didn't really want to have to do that. I didn't really want to get in all that debt when I'm 18, 19 and 20. And then for the next 40 years, I'm having to pay back an extra 9% on everything that I earn. Okay, that's just, it didn't, like, I didn't wake up one morning and was like, yeah, I want to get into £45,000 debt, right? It just didn't seem a good option. Okay. Degree apprenticeships offer a free degree and £0 worth of debt. Okay, that's why, like, degree apprenticeship, this is like the main reason degree apprenticeships just seemed like so much of a no-brainer, right? Because it's like either £45,000 of debt or £0 of debt. Okay, that's how it was like in my head. That's personally how I thought of it, right? The second reason was I wanted to earn money. Okay, and this is where I just saw that degree apprenticeships is a double bonus here. Because number one, you're getting no debt. But number 2, you're getting a salary. Okay, degree apprentices earn a salary. Here are some salaries at some companies that I've helped some of my students get into. KPMG, they can have salaries of £23,000 and even a bit higher, up to £25,000. JLR, these are starting salaries, by the way, £25,000. And Amazon, £32,000, even higher. Yeah, so I helped a couple of people get into Amazon. These are the sort of salaries they're going to be earning: £32,000, £33,000 in their first year. Okay? And this can be pay rises basically every single year until at the end of your degree apprenticeship, you can, on average, be earning something like £35,000, okay, or even higher, like £44,000 and above. These are like government statistics that they released on the like average earnings you earn after a level 6 degree apprenticeship. Like, level 6 is just a fancy way of saying degree apprenticeship. On average, it's 35,000, but it can even be, if you're like a good high-paying company and you're pushing, can be £44,000 and higher. Okay, so that was like the second reason, just because I saw like how good a salary you can get. I wanted to earn this salary doing a degree apprenticeship. The third one, I'll just be honest, was I was done with school. Okay, because by the time it got to like year 12 and year 13, I didn't want to do any learning anymore. Like, because like school, you just sit there and you have maths lessons and physics lessons all the time, and it's just like homework and all and tests and all this stuff. I was sort of done with that, and I didn't want to go to university. And for the next 3 years, it's like lectures every week and assignments and exams and all this stuff. I was done with it, to be honest. I didn't really want to do any more of that learning, lectures, lessons every single day, right? I'd much rather go into a degree apprenticeship where I can be like doing something. Okay, I can be doing tasks, doing projects. I'll talk about that a bit more in the next one, but I can like work and actually do things practical. Okay, I didn't want to keep just doing this learning, this school stuff every single day. Now, with a degree apprenticeship, you're still going to have to do it, okay? So it is a degree apprenticeship. You're still going to have to do the university. Don't think that, you can skip it. No, you have to do the degree, okay? So I still have to do exams. I still have to do assignments. I still have to go to lectures, but it's much less than if I went to university. If I went to university, it's basically 3 years straight of the only thing you do is lectures and assignments. With a degree apprenticeship, it basically means 80% of the time I'm working, 20% of the time I have lectures. Okay, and it's like, okay, fine. If I have to do lectures, I have to do lectures. If I have to do assignments, I have to do assignments. But I'd rather do them less. Rather than going to university full time, I'd rather go to university part time and actually just do a full time job for most of the time. That's basically what a degree apprenticeship is. So that's the third reason I chose a degree apprenticeship. I was just sort of done with school, done with all the learning and just assignments and all this stuff. Like if you were bored by the end of year 13 or year 12 doing maths lessons and physics lessons, then it's like maybe university isn't even the path for you, like conventionally, because it's just 3 years of the same thing, just like, to me, just boring lessons and all this stuff, right? I was trying to find a photo that would like represent I was done with school, right? So I was trying to find a photo of me in like year 12 and year 13 where I couldn't find one. So I randomly found this on my phone from like WhatsApp images. I think I like took it on someone else's phone. I don't even know what's going on here, right? I don't even look real. Like this looks AI. Is it just me or does this look like Chat GPT or something? It must be some like filter on like an iPhone 17 or something like that. Quality jawline, to be fair. Right, anyway, let's ignore that. Number four, I wanted to learn things which would be relevant for the future. So in year 12, I was still like considering the university option. I was pretty sure I wanted to do a degree apprenticeship, but I was like, I'll keep my options open and see if university's decent. So I was going to some university open days, learning about the courses and the university. And what I heard just didn't really excite me. Okay, like it literally going to these university open days turned me off from universities like even more. Okay. Because I just didn't want to do this. It sort of links to the previous one. I was done with school, okay? I didn't want to go to university and then for the next 3 years, I'm doing like assignments, right? Or some like laboratory practical experiment thing, yeah? Or writing some essays, listening to a teacher in a lecture, right? It just really didn't interest me. I didn't want this to be the sort of thing I was doing for the next 3 years. With a degree apprenticeship, instead of doing this theoretical stuff all the time, obviously you still have to do the theoretical stuff for the degree part of things, but 80% of the time, most of the time, you're going to be doing real things, you're going to be getting actual work experience, okay? And that was what really interested me about a degree apprenticeship. Instead of doing just this theoretical, like experimental rubbish, you're doing things, okay? For example, my degree apprenticeship already, I'm doing civil engineering as my degree apprenticeship. I've designed things, okay? I've designed road layouts, I've designed car parks, right? I've designed stuff that's been built. I've seen drone footage of a construction site where something I have designed is being built. And I'm literally an 18-year-old degree apprentice, right? And things are being built. This is much better. I'd rather like spend time work on a project like this with something that actually like matters, it's a real thing, than doing some theoretical like beam bending experiment in like a university laboratory and then I like do some of this. I don't want to do that all day. I'd much rather do real stuff like this, designing this stuff, or like going on site, something like this. This is the kind of thing you can do in civil engineering in a degree apprenticeship compared to this, which is what you can do civil engineering at university. So obviously it'll be different for whatever degree apprenticeship you're applying to. If you're applying to software engineering, you're not going to make a road markings and signs layout, right? But if you're applying to software engineering with a real company, like whether that be Amazon, right? You can be working on real projects, maybe some like Amazon Web Services package that Amazon is delivering, like some real things, compared to just doing a lot of sort of theoretical, irrelevant stuff at university. Okay, so that was why I wanted to do a degree apprenticeship, just so I could get involved with this real stuff. And on top of that, it's just going to make you really employable for the future. So there's like two perspectives to that. Like number one, for like enjoyment, I much more enjoy doing this, like something real, working on a real project, than just doing some theoretical stuff. But then also, this is going to make me way more employable. Okay, because when I can apply to like more senior jobs in the future, I've got 4 years, 5 years work experience doing this sort of thing, compared to someone who's been to university and they've never actually done a real thing in their life that's actually relevant to the workplace. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. In university, for engineering, they don't even teach CAD. Okay, CAD is computer-aided design. It's how they design everything. Like, no one's designing anything by pencil. In, like, the 21st century, pen and pencil, right? I'll just get your ruler out. No, it's all done electronically on computers on CAD. These layouts, they're all done on CAD. Right? But guess what? At university, they don't teach CAD. So literally the number one skill to have as an engineer in the 21st century, which is CAD, they don't even teach at university. They teach it in a degree apprenticeship. Okay, so I'm in my first year and I'm completely proficient with CAD, like 2D CAD, right? And I'll be getting onto 3D and all this sort of thing, right? But they don't teach it at all at university. So it's like I wanted to go and do some work experience that was relevant. It makes me employable, and it's also something that I'm going to enjoy. And the final reason is I didn't want the uncertainty of graduate schemes. So if you go down the traditional university route, you're going to go do your university for 3 years. And then after that, you're going to apply to a graduate scheme to get a graduate job, and that's how you get into a company, right? But the problem is, there's a lot of uncertainty around graduate schemes at the moment, okay? First of all, graduate schemes are highly competitive, highly competitive, because in the UK we have like hundreds of thousands of graduates per year. There's actually not that many graduate jobs, graduate schemes. They're highly competitive, okay? Let me give you some examples. Civil service, that's a very popular graduate scheme. Only 2% of applicants get in, okay? Engineering sector, 2.5% of applicants get in. Finance sector, it's 1%. So that means if you like trying to get into a finance graduate scheme, there's going to be 100 people applying to just one role. Okay, think how difficult that's going to be to get into. You have to be the top person out of 100 people just to get into that. And what it means is, because these are so competitive and it's very difficult to get into a graduate scheme, it takes graduates an average of 15 months to find a job. So that's another one. That's basically 15 months after university where you're not going to be able to do anything. You're not going to be earning, you're going to be missing out on a salary because you're struggling to find like a proper graduate scheme. Okay, but let's say you manage to get into a graduate scheme. It's like pays at a real pay or whatever is an all-time low, and also retention is super low. So you might do your graduate scheme for 1, 2, or 3 years. There's only a 72% chance that the company actually sticks with you. 28% of you, so like almost a third of you, they're going to get rid of you, and then you're going to be at square one, and you're going to have to try and find another job, which is quite difficult in like a competitive job market. Compared to apprenticeships, where you're pretty much guaranteed a job, right? Because if you've worked for 4 or 5 years, 3, 4, 5 years doing your degree apprenticeship, and you've done a good job, they're just going to keep you on basically like, so as long as you actually do the job properly, you're basically guaranteed a job at the end after doing a degree apprenticeship. And I'd much prefer this certainty of basically, okay, I do my degree apprenticeship, boom, I can stick with that company, boom, we're sorted. I've got loads of work experience, boom, if I want to go apply somewhere else. So for example, a lot of JLR degree apprentices, they go onto F1 teams. Okay, because they've had that 4 years work experience at JLR, they have the experience to go and apply to an F1 team. They have a really good application. So that's just a fun fact for you. If you're interested in F1, a JLR degree apprenticeship is a really good option, because an F1 team, they'd rather have someone who's got 4 years work experience in the car industry than someone who's just like been to university for 3 or 4 years and has just learnt theoretical stuff and hasn't actually done anything practical. Okay, so that's why, yeah, that's to me why degree apprenticeships were such a good route, and those were the 5 reasons why I personally think a degree apprenticeship is the better option, and that's why I chose it. So feel free to leave a comment down below thinking your thoughts, and I'll try and reply to every single comment that I see down there talking about degree apprenticeships and like which one do you honestly think is better. So if after seeing this video and seeing some of my reasons why I chose degree apprenticeship and you are interested in doing degree apprenticeship, then I just want to tell you about something for the last 20 seconds of the video. So last year I helped a whole bunch of people get offers, degree apprenticeship offers, companies like JLR, HSBC, KPMG, Amazon, Rolls-Royce, IBM, just to name a few. And the program which I use to help them get into these offers is available for you. Go and click the first link in the description and it will take you there where you can register. Okay, so I hope this video has been useful and it's enlightened you on some information about degree apprenticeships in university. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.